Deep beneath the surface of Earth, in a hidden chamber untouched for 500,000 years, a soft blue light flickered to life. Slowly, the ancient machinery hummed, shaking off centuries of dust and silence. This was humanity's best-kept secret, waiting patiently for the right moment to awaken. In the control room, a lone figure stirred. Sarah Chen, the last human to enter stasis, was the first to open her eyes. She blinked, adjusting to the dim light, her mind still foggy from her long sleep. As she sat up, memories flooded back. Their mission, their purpose, the reason they had hidden away for so long. It all came rushing back. "Status report," Sarah croaked, her voice hoarse from disuse. The AI system, ever vigilant, responded immediately. "Welcome back, Commander Chen. All systems are operational. The Earth fleet is ready for activation. Current date, October 10, 524,683 CE. Sarah's eyes widened. They had slept for over 500,000 years. She wondered what the galaxy looked like now, how much had changed while they slumbered. "Wake the others," she ordered, standing on shaky legs. "It's time." As Sarah made her way through the facility, more pods hissed open. Scientists, engineers, and soldiers emerged, each looking as disoriented as she felt. Among them was Dr. Alex Novak, the brilliant mind behind their advanced technology. "Did it work?" Alex asked, his accent thick with sleep. "Are we safe?" Sarah nodded. "The threat hasn't found us. We've bought ourselves the time we needed." While the humans adjusted to being awake, the AI continued its work. All around the world, hidden bases came to life. Massive hangar doors creaked open for the first time in eons, revealing sleek ships unlike anything the current Earth had ever seen. In orbit, cloaked satellites activated, scanning the planet and the surrounding space. The data streamed back to the command center, where Sarah and her team gathered to assess the situation. "Earth has changed so much," whispered Maria Santos, their chief biologist. On the screens, they saw sprawling forests where cities once stood, new mountain ranges, and seas that had shifted shape. "What about the people?" asked John Okafor, head of security. "Any signs of civilization?" The AI's voice filled the room. "Scans show primitive settlements scattered across the continents. Current human population, approximately 10 million. Technological level, early Iron Age." The team exchanged glances. They had known this might happen, that human civilization might rise and fall many times while they slept. Still, it was strange to think that the people living above had no idea of the advanced technology beneath their feet. "And the galaxy?" Sarah asked, turning to the long-range scans. The screens lit up with a dizzying array of data. Thousands of inhabited worlds, space stations, and fleets appeared before their eyes. The galaxy was teeming with life and civilization. "It seems the alien races have been busy," Alex mused, studying the readings. "But none of their tech matches ours. We're still centuries ahead." Sarah nodded, a mix of pride and concern crossing her face. "Let's hope it's enough." As the day progressed, more systems came online. The team worked tirelessly, checking every aspect of their operation. Ships were prepped, weapons tested, and communication networks established. Everything had to be perfect. By nightfall, Sarah stood at the main viewport, looking out at the stars. Soon, they would venture out there, revealing themselves to a galaxy that had long forgotten them. She thought about the ancient threat that had forced them into hiding, the enemy that had nearly wiped out humanity all those years ago. Were they still out there, waiting? "Commander," John's voice came through the comm. "The fleet is ready. We await your orders." Sarah took a deep breath. This was the moment they had prepared for, the reason they had sacrificed so much. With a mixture of excitement and apprehension, she gave the command that would change the course of galactic history. "Launch the fleet. It's time to remind the galaxy that Earth is not to be underestimated." As her words echoed through the base, the ground began to tremble. All around the world, Advanced ships rose from their hidden hangars, their engines glowing with unearthly power. Earth's advanced fleet was awakening, ready to stun an unsuspecting galaxy. The greatest adventure in human history was about to begin. As dawn broke over the changed Earth, a new sun seemed to rise from the ground. All across the planet, massive ships burst from their hidden bases, their sleek forms gleaming in the morning light. The Earth fleet, dormant for 500,000 years, was finally taking to the skies. In the Australian outback, a huge door opened in what looked like an ordinary hill. Out came the flagship of the fleet, the Horizon Breaker. Its size dwarfed anything the primitive humans on the surface had ever seen. Nearby, a group of nomads dropped to their knees, thinking they were witnessing the birth of a new metal god. Commander Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of the Horizon Breaker, watching as her crew worked with practiced ease. Despite their long sleep, every member moved with purpose, their training kicking in as if no time had passed. "All systems are green," Commander reported Lieutenant Yuki Tanaka from her station. "The fleet is forming up nicely." Sarah nodded, her eyes fixed on the view screen. Hundreds of ships, ranging from small, agile fighters to massive carriers, fell into formation around them. It was a sight that would have made the old Earth proud. As they rose higher, breaking through the clouds, Dr. Alex Novak couldn't help but gasp. "It's more beautiful than I remembered," he said, staring at the blue marble below them. But there was no time for nostalgia. As soon as they cleared the atmosphere, the fleet's advanced sensors came fully online, scanning the surrounding space. "Commander," called out John Okafor, his voice tense, "we're picking up multiple signals. Looks like we have company." On the main screen, several blips appeared, representing alien ships in nearby space. They were about to have their first encounter with the galactic community. "Hold position," Sarah ordered. "Let's see how they react to us." The seconds ticked by, feeling like hours. Then suddenly, the alien ships began to move, not towards Earth, but away from it, accelerating to speeds that would have been impressive 500,000 years ago. A chuckle rippled through the bridge. "Looks like we scared them," Alex said with a grin. But Sarah wasn't smiling. "They're probably going to report our presence. We need to move fast." She turned to her communications officer. "Send the signal to the rest of the fleet. It's time to make our presence known." With that command, the Earth fleet sprang into action. Ships spread out in a carefully choreographed dance, taking up defensive positions around the planet. Others zoomed off into deeper space, their mission to scout the nearby systems and establish a perimeter. As they moved, the true capabilities of the fleet became apparent. Ships phased in and out of normal space, using technology that seemed to bend the very fabric of reality. Weapons systems came online, their power readings off the charts compared to anything else in the known galaxy. On a small moon orbiting Jupiter, a hidden base activated. Within minutes, it had transformed the lifeless rock into a fully operational fortress, bristling with defenses that could repel an armada. Back on the Horizon Breaker, Sarah received reports from all sectors. Everything was proceeding according to plan, a plan 500,000 years in the making. "Commander," Yuki called out, excitement in her voice. "We're picking up transmissions from all over the galaxy. News of our emergence is spreading fast." On the main screen, a map of the galaxy appeared, lit up with countless points of light representing civilized worlds. Many of these lights were pulsing, indicating a flurry of activity and communication. "They're talking about us," Alex mused, studying the display. "Wondering who we are, where we came from." Sarah nodded, her face set with determination. "They'll know soon enough. Humanity is back, and we're not the same species they thought they knew." As the Earth fleet pushed further into space, the galaxy held its breath. Ancient races that had thought themselves the pinnacle of civilization suddenly felt very small. Younger species looked on in awe and fear. In the span of a few hours, the balance of power that had stood for millennia was shattered. Humanity, long thought to be a primitive species on a backwater planet, had revealed itself to be a sleeping giant. And now, that giant was awake. The next move would be crucial. The galaxy waited, wondering, were these humans friends or foes, saviors or conquerors? Only time would tell. And time was something the Earth fleet had mastered. The Earth fleet pushed deeper into space, its presence sending shockwaves through the galactic community. As they approached the edge of what was once Earth's solar system, tension aboard the Horizon Breaker grew. They knew a confrontation was inevitable. Incoming vessels detected, Lieutenant Yuki announced, her fingers flying over her console. A lot of them. Looks like a peacekeeping force. Commander Sarah Chen leaned forward, studying the approaching fleet on the main screen. The alien ships were diverse in size and shape, clearly representing multiple species. Their formation spoke of experience and coordination. "They're hailing us," John reported from his station. Sarah took a deep breath. This was the moment they had prepared for. "On screen," she ordered. The view screen flickered, revealing a stern-looking alien with blue skin and large, multifaceted eyes. Behind it, other alien species could be seen, all watching intently. Unknown fleet, the blue alien spoke, its words automatically translated by Earth's advanced systems. "You have entered Galactic Confederation space. Identify yourselves immediately." Sarah stepped forward, her posture straight and confident. "I am Commander Sarah Chen of the Earth Fleet. We come in peace, seeking to rejoin galactic society." A ripple of surprise passed through the alien bridge crew. The blue alien's eyes widened. "Earth? But that's impossible. Earth is a protected world, its people barely into their space age." "That was true," Sarah replied, 500,000 years ago. Silence fell over both bridges as the implications of her words sank in. The aliens exchanged confused glances, while Sarah's crew watched nervously. Finally, the blue alien spoke again. "Explain." And so Sarah told their story. She spoke of the ancient threat that had nearly wiped out humanity, of the desperate plan to hide and advance in secret, of the long sleep that had preserved them for eons. As she talked, Dr. Alex Novak fed data to the alien ship, providing proof of their claims. Star charts showing the changed galaxy, historical records, technological specifications that made the aliens' eyes grow wider and wider. "This is unprecedented," the blue alien said when Sarah finished. "We must consult with the Galactic Council. Please, hold your position." The screen went dark, leaving the Earth crew in suspense. "Well," Alex said, breaking the silence, "that could have gone worse." Hours passed as they waited. Sarah used the time to brief her crew, preparing them for any outcome. The fleet remained on high alert, ready for either diplomacy or battle. Finally, the alien peacekeeping force hailed them again. This time, the blue alien looked both awed and cautious. "Commander Chen," it said, "I am Admiral Zach Sol of the Galactic Peacekeeping Force. On behalf of the Galactic Confederation, I extend a formal welcome to your people." A cheer went up on the Horizon Breaker's bridge, quickly silenced by Sarah's raised hand. Admiral Zach Sol continued, "However, your sudden appearance and advanced capabilities have caused great concern. The Council requests a meeting with your leaders to discuss Earth's reintegration into galactic society." Sarah nodded. "We would be honored, Admiral." "Shall we set course for the Council's location?" "That won't be necessary," Zaxel replied. "Given the circumstances, the Council is coming to you." True to the Admiral's word, within hours, a massive ship unlike any they had seen appeared near the peacekeeping fleet. Its design spoke of authority and ancient power. As preparations for the meeting began, Sarah gathered her top advisors. "This is it," she told them. "Everything we've worked for comes down to this moment. We need to show them that humanity is ready to take its place in the stars." Dr. Alex Novak nodded, his eyes shining with excitement. "Just wait until they see what we can do. We're about to change the course of galactic history." As the Earth delegation prepared to board the Council ship, the crew of the Horizon Breaker watched with a mixture of hope and apprehension. After 500,000 years of hiding, humanity was about to step onto the galactic stage. The future of Earth, and perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. But one thing was certain: nothing would ever be the same again. News of Earth's sudden reemergence spread across the galaxy like wildfire. On countless worlds, beings of all shapes and sizes gathered around information terminals, their eyes wide with disbelief as they watched footage of the advanced Earth fleet. On the bustling trade world of Zarkon Prime, a group of merchants argued loudly in a crowded bar. "It's a hoax," shouted a tentacled creature, slamming its drink down. "No species could advance that quickly." "But the Galactic Council confirms it," countered a floating gas-based being. "They say these humans have technology we can't even understand." In the shadowy corners of the galaxy, other conversations were taking place. Crime lords and smugglers saw opportunity in this new power. Military leaders of various worlds met in secret, discussing strategies should Earth prove hostile. Meanwhile, aboard the massive Galactic Council ship, Commander Sarah Chen and her team stood before the most powerful beings in known space. The council chamber was a grand amphitheater, with representatives from hundreds of species watching intently. The head counselor, a tall, willowy being with shimmering skin, spoke first. "Humans of Earth, your return has shaken the very foundations of our galactic society. We have many questions." Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady. "We understand your concerns, honored council. We come seeking peace and cooperation, not conflict. Yet you return with weapons that could devastate worlds," rumbled a rock-like being to the left. "Weapons we hoped never to use," Sarah countered. "Our history forced us into hiding, but our goal has always been to rejoin galactic society." As the questioning continued, Dr. Alex Novick presented data on human history and technology. The council members were visibly shocked by the advancements Earth had made. "This is remarkable," whispered one counselor to another. "They've solved problems we've struggled with for millennia." While the council deliberated, reactions across the galaxy intensified. On the war-torn world of Krell, the two factions that had been fighting for centuries suddenly found a common interest: preparing for potential human intervention. In the great libraries of Althera, scholars worked tirelessly, updating historical records to include this new information about Earth. Ancient prophecies were re-examined, with some claiming that the return of humanity had been foretold. Back in Earth's solar system, the fleet remained on high alert. Lieutenant Yuki monitored communications from her station on the Horizon Breaker. "Commander," she reported via secure channel to Sarah, "we're picking up increased chatter. Several nearby systems are mobilizing their forces. They seem scared." John Okafor, who had accompanied Sarah to the council meeting, frowned. "Can't blame them. We'd be scared too if some long-lost civilization showed up with tech like ours." As hours turned into days, the galaxy held its breath. Some worlds sent diplomatic envoys, eager to establish friendly relations with Earth. Others fortified their defenses, fearing the worst. On Earth itself, the primitive human populations remained blissfully unaware of the cosmic drama unfolding above them. But in the hidden bases around the planet, the rest of the Earth fleet prepared for any outcome. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the Galactic Council reached a decision. Sarah and her team were called back to the chamber. The head counselor stood, addressing not just the humans, but the entire galaxy via broadcast. "After much deliberation, the Galactic Council has decided to welcome humanity back into the galactic community." A cheer went up from Sarah's team, quickly silenced by a raised hand from the counselor. "However, the alien continued, given your advanced technology and the potential disruption to galactic stability, we propose a probationary period. Earth will be granted observer status in the Confederation, while we work together to ensure peaceful integration." Sarah nodded, understanding the caution. "We accept your terms, honored council. Earth looks forward to proving itself a worthy member of the galactic community." As the humans left the chamber, Alex leaned in close to Sarah. "Well, it's a start," he whispered. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. "It's more than a start, Alex. It's a new beginning for humanity." As news of the Council's decision spread, the galaxy buzzed with excitement and apprehension. Earth was back, and nothing would ever be the same again. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Archives fell silent as Commander Sarah Chen took the stage. Representatives from 1,000 worlds leaned forward, eager to hear the story that had been kept secret for 500,000 years. Sarah's voice was steady as she began. "Friends, allies, citizens of the galaxy, the time has come to reveal why Earth hid itself away for so long." Behind her, a holographic display flickered to life, showing images of an ancient Earth. Lush forests, sprawling cities, and advanced spacecraft filled the screen. 500,000 years ago, humanity was much like you see us now, Sarah continued. We had just begun to explore the stars, full of hope and curiosity. The images shifted, showing a dark, ominous shape approaching Earth. But then, we encountered something that changed everything. We called them the Devourers. Gasps echoed through the hall as the hologram depicted massive, biomechanical ships descending upon Earth. Cities crumbled, oceans boiled, and the planet's defenses proved useless. The Devourers were unlike anything we had ever seen, Sarah explained, her voice tight with emotion. They didn't want our resources or our land. They fed on consciousness itself, draining the very essence of sentient beings. Dr. Alex Novak stepped forward, adding technical details to Sarah's narrative. Our scientists discovered that the Devourers were drawn to advanced civilizations. The more evolved the minds, the more attractive the target. The audience listened in horror as Sarah and Alex described the fall of Earth. Billions died in the initial attack. The survivors went underground, desperately seeking a way to fight back. We realized we couldn't win, not then, Sarah said. But we refused to give up. Instead, we devised a plan so audacious, so long-term, that it seemed impossible. The hologram showed vast underground complexes being built, filled with stasis pods and advanced AI systems. We would hide, Sarah explained, not just our bodies, but our entire civilization. We used our most advanced technology to mask our presence, making Earth appear as nothing more than a primitive world. Alex took over, detailing the technological marvels that had allowed humanity to leap forward while in hiding. Our AI systems continued to work, advancing our technology even as we slept. When we awoke, we found ourselves centuries ahead of where we had been. As the presentation continued, the galactic representatives began to understand the full scope of humanity's sacrifice and achievement. They had given up everything, slept for eons, all to prepare for a threat that could destroy them all. "But why reveal yourselves now?" asked a counselor from the front row. "Are the Devourers gone?" Sarah's face grew grim. "No," she replied. "Our long-range sensors detected them at the edge of the galaxy. They're coming back, and this time, they're hungry for all of us." The hall erupted in panic. Species that had been enemies for generations now looked at each other with shared fear. The threat of the Devourers loomed over them all. "Please," Sarah called out, raising her hands for quiet. "We didn't come back just to bring bad news. We came back because we believe we can stop them." Silence fell as every eye turned back to the human commander. "For 500,000 years, we've been preparing for this moment," Sarah said, her voice filled with determination. "Our technology, our strategies, everything we've developed has been for one purpose: to defeat the Devourers and ensure the survival of all sentient life in the galaxy." As Sarah's words sank in, a new feeling began to spread through the hall. It started as a whisper, grew to a murmur, and finally became a roar of hope and defiance. The galaxy, divided for so long by petty squabbles and ancient grudges, now faced a common enemy. And standing before them, offering a chance at survival, was humanity. The long-lost children of Earth returned at last to take their place among the stars. As the assembly ended, representatives rushed to pledge their support to the human-led defense effort. The greatest alliance in galactic history was forming, united against a threat from beyond the stars. The true test was yet to come, but for the first time in 500,000 years, humanity felt the weight of its long vigil lifting. They were no longer alone in their fight against the darkness. The alarms blared throughout the horizon breaker, jolting the crew into action. Commander Sarah Chen rushed to the bridge, her heart pounding. This was the moment they had prepared for, but hoped would never come. "Report," she barked as she took her seat. Lieutenant Yuki's fingers flew over her console. Massive energy signature detected at the edge of the Arcturus system. "It's them, Commander. The Voth Empire." The Voth, a powerful and aggressive alien race, had been causing trouble across the galaxy for centuries. Now, they were about to become humanity's first real test. "All hands to battle stations," Sarah ordered, her voice calm despite the tension. "Inform our allies. It's time to show the galaxy what Earth can do." As the Earth fleet moved into position, their alien allies watched with a mixture of hope and skepticism. The Voth were known for their advanced technology and ruthless tactics. Many doubted that even humanity's secret advancements could match them. The enemy fleet appeared on their screens, a swarm of sleek, predatory ships that outnumbered the Earth forces 3-1. "They're hailing us," John reported from his station. The main screen flickered to life, revealing the scaly, reptilian face of the Voth commander. Its yellow eyes narrowed as it spoke. "Humans," it hissed, "your time hiding is over. Surrender now, and we may spare your primitive allies." Sarah stood, her face set with determination. "We will not surrender. We offer you one chance to retreat. After that, we will defend ourselves with all necessary force." The Voth commander laughed, a chilling sound. "You've been gone too long, humans. You don't know what you're facing." The screen went dark, and moments later, the Voth fleet opened fire. "Evasive maneuvers," Sarah shouted. "Activate the phase shields." The Earth ships shimmered, seeming to fade in and out of reality. Voth energy beams passed harmlessly through them, much to the aliens' shock. "Return fire," Sarah ordered. "Target their lead ships. Let's show them what 500,000 years of preparation looks like." The Horizon Breaker's main cannon charged, drawing power from what seemed like the fabric of space itself. When it fired, a beam of pure white energy lanced out, cutting through the Voth flagship like it was made of paper. Across the battlefield, Earth ships danced between enemy fire, their advanced propulsion systems making them nearly impossible to hit. Meanwhile, their weapons tore through Voth defenses with ease. On a nearby planet, representatives from various alien races watched the battle in awe. "Impossible," whispered the Centauri diplomat. "The Voth fleet has never been defeated so thoroughly." "Perhaps," mused his Andromedian colleague, "we were wise to welcome the humans back after all." As the battle raged on, it became clear that this was more than just a skirmish. It was a demonstration of power, a message to the entire galaxy that humanity was not to be underestimated. In the heart of the Voth fleet, their commander watched in disbelief as ship after ship fell to the human weapons. "What are they?" he growled. "How can they be this powerful?" On the Horizon Breaker, Dr. Alex Novak worked furiously at his station. "Sarah," he called out, "I'm detecting some kind of energy buildup in the remaining Voth ships. I think they're preparing for a suicide run." Sarah's mind raced. They couldn't let the Voth destroy themselves. It would undo all the goodwill they had built. "Activate the temporal net," she ordered, her voice steady. A shimmering field expanded from the Earth ships, enveloping the entire Voth fleet. Time itself seemed to slow within the field, bringing the alien ships to a near standstill. "Open a channel," Sarah said. The Voth commander appeared on screen again, his eyes wide with fear and awe. "This battle is over," Sarah declared. "Your fleet is disabled, but your lives are spared. Stand down, and we can discuss terms." For a moment, The Voth commander hesitated. Then, slowly, he nodded. As the temporal field dissipated and the Voth ships powered down, a cheer went up across the Earth fleet. They had faced their first major challenge and emerged victorious. But Sarah knew this was just the beginning. The true test, the return of the Devourers, was still to come. Yet for the first time in 500,000 years, she felt real hope. Humanity had proven itself, and the galaxy had witnessed their power. The age of Earth had begun. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with excitement. Representatives from every corner of the galaxy had gathered for a historic moment. At the center of attention stood Commander Sarah Chen, flanked by her team from Earth. The head counselor, a being of pure energy contained in a shimmering robe, addressed the assembly. Today we welcome Earth not just as an observer, but as a full member of the Galactic Confederation. Their actions against the Voth Empire have proven their worth and commitment to galactic peace. A cheer erupted from the gathered delegates. Sarah stepped forward, her face solemn but her eyes shining with pride. On behalf of Earth and all of humanity, we are honored to accept this responsibility, she said. We have slept for 500,000 years, dreaming of this moment. Now, we stand ready to face the challenges that lie ahead, together. As Sarah spoke, screens around the hall displayed images of Earth ships working alongside alien vessels. They showed human scientists sharing knowledge with their galactic counterparts, and Earth's advanced technology being adapted for use across the stars. Dr. Alex Novak, standing beside Sarah, couldn't help but smile. "We've come so far," he whispered. "If only our ancestors could see us now." But even as celebration filled the air, a sense of urgency remained. The threat of the Devourers loomed on the horizon, a dark cloud over their newfound unity. The head counselor raised a tendril for silence. While we welcome Earth with open arms, we must not forget the grave threat they have warned us about. The Devourers approach, and we must be ready. Sarah nodded, her expression turning serious. We've already begun preparations. Earth's fleet is mobilizing, and we're sharing our defensive technologies with all willing worlds. Across the galaxy, these preparations were in full swing. On the desert world of Kaldar, massive energy shields flickered to life, powered by human-designed generators. In the shipyards of Omega Centauri, workers from a dozen species labored side by side, building vessels that combined the best of Earth and alien technology. Back on Earth, the primitive human populations were finally being introduced to their long-hidden cousins. It was a delicate process, managed carefully to avoid overwhelming them. Yet already, some of the brightest minds from these surface dwellers were being trained to join the galactic community. As the council meeting concluded, Sarah found herself surrounded by alien diplomats, all eager to forge alliances with Earth. She handled each conversation with grace, but her mind was already on the next challenge. "Commander," Lieutenant Yuki called, approaching with a datapad. "Long-range scans are in. The Devourer fleet. It's larger than we anticipated." Sarah's jaw tightened, but she refused to let fear show in her eyes. "Then we'll just have to work harder. Notify all our allies. It's time to accelerate our plans." In the days that followed, the galaxy saw activity like never before. Ancient rivalries were set aside as species united against the common threat. Earth stood at the center of it all, guiding, teaching, and leading by example. On a view screen in the Horizon Breakers Command Center, Sarah watched as a joint fleet exercise unfolded. Ships from 100 worlds moved in perfect harmony, their maneuvers guided by Earth's advanced AI systems. "It's beautiful," Dr. Novak said, standing beside her. "But will it be enough?" Sarah turned to her old friend, determination etched on her face. "It has to be, Alex. We didn't sleep for 500,000 years just to fail now. Humanity has always thrived in the face of adversity. This time, we have the whole galaxy standing with us." As if in response to her words, a priority message flashed on the screen. New allies were joining their cause every day, drawn by Earth's example and the promise of their technology. The message of hope spread across the stars. Earth had returned, and with it, a new chance for the galaxy. The road ahead was fraught with danger, but for the first time in eons, the sentient beings of the Milky Way faced the future not with fear, but with determination. As Sarah looked out at the vast expanse of space, she knew that the greatest chapter in human history was just beginning. The Earth fleet, once hidden, now stood proud as the vanguard of galactic defense. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. The new era had dawned, and at its heart stood humanity, ready to fulfill its destiny among the stars.